What is up, y'all? Welcome to NXT Uncut in the Den. Of course, the Salt Shakers are back with another one, and this is the last episode that we have with NXT until Stand and Deliver.
That is right, you guys. Welcome to NXT Uncut on your Tuesday nights here, man. This is our take-home show for Stand and Deliver, the NXT WrestleMania of the weekend, and things definitely may have us a little prepared for what's at stake for this weekend. Nikki, how are you feeling with us going into Stand and Deliver with tonight's take-home episode?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready for the show. I don't really have any expectations, but yeah. What about you?
I'm excited. I mean, especially with, the way that they have everything surrounding Mello and Trick. I think that whatever the outcome is going to be quite interesting. We did get some new matches added. We won't be going over or giving our predictions for those matches until Friday, where we do like a really big stand and deliver and WrestleMania prediction show on a Friday for you guys. So I'm hoping for a great show for NXT Stand and Deliver. NXT definitely they do a pretty good job with their pay-per-views and everything. So, but let's go ahead and get into tonight's show because there were some finally getting some closure to who Baron and Braun will be facing at Stand and Deliver this weekend. So we get into our finals triple threat match for the number one contendership opportunity for those NXT Tag Team Championships. So we got Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus the Good Brothers versus LWO's Joaquin and Cruz. So really great opening of tonight's show with these three teams here. It would have been nice to see LWO, take a win, a victory just to have a little bit more of them on that card. But I do feel as if like Nathan and Axiom have definitely been working their butt off completely on NXT, running in with these tag teams, and even with them facing each other at one point, I think that they have been doing a phenomenal job, which is the reason why I felt like they definitely did deserve this win over both LWO and the Good Brothers. Good Brothers just kind of got there down in NXT. I haven't really been holding it down like Nathan and Axiom has for the tag team division. So I feel like they were perfect for this victory to go into Stand and Deliver to face Braun and Baron. Now, will they win? I don't know because I mean, Braun is signed to Friday Night SmackDown, so I mean, it's gonna be a matter of time where they're gonna possibly end up maybe lose these tag titles, or hell, maybe Braun can continue to do SmackDown and do NXT. But if they want to officially, I guess, bring him up to the main roster, then I think that maybe WrestleMania weekend is the best way to do so. And then we move over into Fallon Henley versus JC Jane. The women tonight for NXT definitely ran the show. There were so many women's segments and women's matches that we did see tonight, and this is the very first one. JC and Fallon have a lot of chemistry inside of the ring, which I definitely enjoyed a lot of this match here between these two. Despite the fact of, you got your distractions of Kiana, who is definitely been a thorn in Fallon's behind for a quite some time. And then you have Izzy, and then you have the newcomer Jasmine, who is rocking that arm brace because apparently Thea is the reason why she has her arm in that brace in the first place. But with a little bit of distraction, JC ends up getting that victory, and she lets it be known that she's never been Thea's friend at all whatsoever. She didn't give a damn about her. Then she did everything I said that she that she was. And she was a snake bitch. I told y'all. I said it from the jump. You cannot trust JC Jane at all whatsoever. She may have done what she did the whole calendar shoot or whatever, did everything to get to school back, blah blah. But at the end of the day, she was a snake. I told y'all she was. But she's a very clever snake. I will say that because she has her own group of girls and she's building her own faction in a sense to run NXT Women's Locker Room, and so on and so forth. So there will be a 6 woman tag match happening this weekend with JC, Izzy, and Kiana James versus Thea, Fallon, and Kalani Jordan. So Nikki, I know you had your hopes and everything for JC Jan. I know she's one that people thought that was going to be at the bottom of the barrel when the whole toxic attraction thing came to an end, but I think she's been doing really well for herself, not gonna lie.
And she's winning, Thea's losing. And really and truly, you gotta watch who you trust, because Thea's a bimbo. To be honest, she's one of those college girls that's just trying to figure out what's going on. She turned on Chase U. Let's not forget that. So she kind of got everything she deserved. Now she get her ass whooped. So I don't feel bad for Thea at all.
Well, I wouldn't say she's getting beat up that badly, but she's not taking that many wins. But I mean, a win over, Jasmine doesn't really do much because she's obviously Thea's a better wrestler in the thing or whatever with her. But I would like to see. I was hoping that maybe would have had JC and Thea in a one-on-one match instead of a 6 woman tag match, because I feel like Thea has something that she needs to overcome, and that is someone that she thought was a friend of hers that happened to be JC Jane. And like you said, you can't really trust everybody, and JC is definitely someone that you cannot trust. And I'm sure that these girls are not going to be hanging around each other that long anyway, because there's a lot of egos going on within these girls, and someone's gonna always want to have the biggest one. And then we move on to Von Wagner and Lexis King. Lexis King won. I'm not gonna lie, I could care less about this match. I don't care much about Von Wagner, and Lexis King has not really been much on my radar at all whatsoever. He's a great wrestler. That's cool. He has a pretty cool entrance, but other than that, I'm just meh. It's okay. Shout out to him for getting this victory. Yeah. And then we move on to more women's wrestling. We have Lola Vice versus Carmen Petrovic, who these two actually faced each other in the NXT women's breakout tournament, which Lola ended up going over. And this was Lola, I guess, more so getting her redemption or trying to get a victory over Carmen, since she couldn't do it over someone who accepted her challenge last week, being Natalia, who's out there being on the side of Carmen. But Natalia did give Lola a lot of props within their match they had last week. But Carmen just, thought maybe she can go out there and do the same thing Natalia did, and that was get a victory over Lola Vice. But that did not happen because Lola put Carmen in that sharpshooter and looked directly into Natalia's eyes, and Carmen ended up tapping out, which gave Lola the victory. Now, normally in a lot of cases, when Natalia works with people, she has a certain kind of touch that eventually they somehow skyrocket in a way. It happened to Lash. From when Lash first started, Lash and Natalia were working together, and then it took a minute, and then boom, Lash is doing amazing things now. So I don't know. It could happen for Lola, but it
Yeah,
doesn't change how I
shocked.
feel about her.
I'm
Hmm,
shocked she used that sharpshooter.
right? I definitely was not expecting that, but who knows? I mean, maybe Lola will get that Natalia touch, and I know a lot of people like to downplay Natalia or whatever, but a lot of these girls who work with Natalia, they end up Natalia gets a lot of respect, and I think that a lot of people forget that. Like, if Natalia is gone, who's gonna be training these girls the way that she does in that dungeon? Nobody at all whatsoever. So then we move on to metaphors. Super what Supernova show that Nova has and everything like that. So which we have live by Kira and Roxanne Perez. And I don't know, Roxanne, you be trying on the mic, you really, really do, but Lyra is really clearing you in so many different ways. She laid your ass out flat on that little ass at home IKEA table. And the metaphor is the reaction that we needed when it came to this face to face between these two ladies here, because this does give us a little bit of something to look forward to with Stand and Deliver. Now, Lyra is standing up tall, and one thing I will say is that Lyra definitely allowed Roxanne to get into her head. And if she continues on to get into her head, I don't know what the outcome is going to be with Lyra standing over Roxanne for Stand and Deliver. Because if Roxanne does not win at Stand and Deliver, it's time to bump her up to the main roster. Simple. There's nothing left for her in NXT to do. Nothing. You're just gonna be holding on to her for no reason, because she literally has nothing else to do at all. So, but Metaphor was a great addition to this, especially with the commentary that they were doing and everything. So I thought it was really cool. But I don't know, Laura, you definitely allow Roxanne to get up under your skin and get up under your head, and I'm sure that Roxanne is gonna use a lot of um mind games in their match come this Saturday. Lyra did drop a lot of facts on her in that promo too. With Roxanne, she's upset because, she wants this title. You wasn't saying Lyra's like, you wasn't saying anything when Becky was holding this title. You didn't say anything when Indy, won it. Like, you weren't saying anything when it comes to me. Like, you're all up my ass. You're all up trying to get this title back from me because you feel like you deserve it. You just like, what? No, there's more to that. So I don't know. I mean, Roxanne girl, you better try to pull out the victory for Stand and Deliver. If not, it's time to go to the main roster. That's pretty much all I can say about that. And then we move on over to Oba Fima versus Joe Gacy. They've been going throughout the show, showing a lot of video packages from Dijak and Josh Briggs, the two gentlemen who will be facing Oba for the North American Championship. Now, I don't know what may have transpired in this match with him and Joe Gacy, but somehow this match ended up in no contest, and Oba, I mean, of course, he's still champion, but he ended up. I don't know. Whatever happened in this match here that caused like Joe Gacy to like not. I don't know. I don't really know what the hell happened, but whatever it was crazy because it ended up in no contest. So I don't know, but and I do know that Sean Spears did come out and hit Joe Gacy in the back with the chair too, though. So maybe that could have had something or added more to that, but I don't know. It was just a lot going on in this match here with Oba and Joe Gacy. Then we get backstage with Laura and Tatum, because Tatum is not really feeling this side that Laura was giving with Roxanne, and I think Laura is taking a lot of her frustration out on Tatum, who's been on her side. So I hope that this doesn't cause any issues when it comes to Saturday, because I know Tatum will probably try to come out there and be an assistance in any kind of way. But this could maybe be a part of the reason why Laura could possibly lose her championship, because this weird kind of left off with her and Tatum with this conversation here. And then we move on to Ariana Grace and Ryan and Sinclair. This match happened because, well, Gigi was nowhere to be found. Obviously, she's not going to continue on with this miscongeniality shit that Ariana Grace has her trying to do. And Ren ended up, I guess, more so kind of standing up for Gigi, which ended up having this match here. Um, I really want Ren to get better gear. I do. Like, this here is so like my Rise character in a sense, and I feel like she definitely deserves to get better gear in somehow, some way. But it doesn't take away from her wrestling ability. She's a phenomenal wrestler in various different ways. Ariana Grace, she's trying her best, I will say. I feel like she has more of a character than in ring ability, and it's a slow process with Ariana as a wrestler, I would say that. But I mean, she did end up getting the victory by holding on to the bottom ropes. So I mean, she's kind of been on a little bit of a winning streak, sort of. First over Gigi, now over Ren. So who else is going to step up to the plate with Miss Ariana Grace, and Ariana gets the victory over them, because there's definitely been a drastic change in all of this, I will say, for her victory wise. And then we get into what will more so be like the last match for technically the main event, which was Sol Ruka and Blair Davenport. But before we got here, there was a sit down with Dragunov and Tony D'Angelo with the family, I guess having dinner or whatever. And of course, of them getting ready for that match going into Stand and Deliver. But yeah, so Sol Ruka versus Blair Davenport. This was for Sol to get her revenge on Blair Davenport for literally taking her out of what was her peaking moment in NXT. And now she's having an opportunity to get that revenge back over Blair Davenport. And I mean, Blair has taken out a lot of people when she was going around being this anonymous person and doing all kinds of things. And so now she's paying the price for it. And it seems like almost everyone that she has attacked has gotten a victory over her, and including Sol Ruka. So I don't know necessarily where this goes for Blair Davenport or anything like that, but it is nice to see Sol Ruka back in the ring doing her thing. So I don't know, Blair. Like, we gotta find something else for you to do, because some it's just like every girl that's coming back that you attacked is coming back to beat the hell out of you, honestly, in so many different ways. So
And Blair did just come back too. So
yeah, but
former champion. So Ruka's not this big star people make her out to be. She still needs to give it some time. Like we're talking about Blair Davenport, like former NXT UK champion. Like she has the resume. And I think a lot of people forget that. Like I wasn't expecting Solo to win because at the end of the day, she doesn't deserve it. She has to come back and climb the ropes. 9 months. That was Blair's 100%.
yeah, I mean, I give it that. But I think it is more dealing with a revenge thing. I feel like there should have been, like, if they wanted to allow this to go a little bit longer than just having Soul beat Blair and then boom, like that's it, like that's that. I feel like they could have built up on this in a sense, and maybe Blair could have gotten a victory tonight. But I mean, Blair has kind of been on a slippery slope lately within her matches. Like, I know she's been doing like stuff on like Level Up and everything, but other than that, I mean, anytime Blair seems like she's having a match, it's always somebody that she's done something to that's coming back to get her, to get their revenge. And then boom, they get their victory or whatever, and then we're right back to square one. What's next for Blair Davenport? Where does she go from here? So I don't know. And then we get to the closing of the show with the final face off between Trick and Mello. Um, Trick, you've come out and you talk about, or you and Mello kind of reminisce on the times that you guys had together, you having your matches, and you looking at or saying that you're about to go to war with someone who you thought was your brother, and everything like that. And the only thing that I can pretty much say is that whatever this outcome is for Stand and Deliver, I mean, in my eyes, I feel like Trick is going to win. But if he does not, then I mean, it is what it is. That's that much that I can truly say. What's going to happen for Trick if he does not beat Mello? Because if they're going to make this the main event, I'm sure they're going to add even more in depth of storytelling into their match, per se, especially with these two being the dynamic duo in the beginning, holding down NXT as that duo, and everything like that. So these two are going on two different paths with each other. And I just think that hopefully Trick will have a better understanding and actually thank Mello for allowing him to have a voice of his own, because at one point he did not. But this turned into a really, really big brawl after a lot of trash talk with each other, and so I mean, the only thing it does is get you pretty much more so prepared for Stand and Deliver. These two will be main eventing Stand and Deliver this weekend. Um, did not think that it would actually happen, but here we are. The video packages, the build for it, the everything around it. I think that is great that we're about to have two black men in the main event for Stand and Deliver. I think that that is history making, and I'm just looking forward to see them put on a good show. Hopefully, Mello doesn't have to carry the entire match in any kind of way, but you just really, really never know. But that was pretty much NXT, the final show before Stand and Deliver. But you know, it is what it is. As
Wow.
we start tomorrow with the premiere of Speed on X. Yeah, I've been seeing people talk about that, so
Here we are.
I don't know, but well, we'll just have to kind of see what's going to take place for Stand and Deliver this weekend.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to start at, was it 10 a.m.? Because I think I saw it at 11 a.m. Eastern, so 10 a.m. Central Time for those who want a central time and everything. So Stand and Deliver is going to be pretty great. I'm really really excited for it. I'm excited for WrestleMania weekend. Period. There are so many different shows that are happening that's even like outside of WWE wise. So, I mean, we
Hmm.
got someone like Shayna Baszler who's going up against Masha Slamovich for GCW, which I think that is great. More so, just great for Shayna to, even though she's not technically on the WrestleMania card, she's doing something WrestleMania weekend.
Hmm.
And it's something that I feel like is truly going to be in her own element, where we're going to be able to see the Shayna Baszler that people have not seen in a long time. So I'm really, really excited for that. Do I wish it was someone else outside of Masha? Yes. But I mean, I do feel like Masha is someone who can give Shayna, I guess you can say, a little bit of that fire that she's going to get
Yeah.
this weekend. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for it.
Me too. Sorry, y'all. My Wi-Fi was going in and out, so we got storms over here. So be safe.
Yeah, definitely be safe. Thank you, all 182 of you guys who are watching.
Crazy.
We definitely do appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with us here on Tuesday. We'll be back on a Thursday for TNA wrestling. A lot of things happen over there as well that we're getting ready to talk about, like Rebellion is coming up soon too. So definitely gotta get ourselves prepared for that in every kind of way. So shout out to Battleground Podcast as always for having us here. Thank you guys for always coming in and hanging out with us here in the Shakers Den. You can catch us on all social media platforms at the Shakers Den all over. Definitely come back for Thursday for TNA wrestling. Other than that, we thank you guys so much as always for coming in, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. This has been NXT Uncut in the Den, where of course it is invite only.
Bye.